Can my headphones not just come out the way I wrap them up? I literally just wrapped them up to chef's kiss perfection, right? Okay, they've been wrapped as good as you could possibly do something. But no matter what, no matter how well I do it, it could be wrapped around something for all that matters, because it doesn't. No matter what happens, no matter what I do, the second I pull them out, even if it's like 5 seconds, they come back out with like 18 different knots. It takes like 4 minutes if you're going to try and undo these things. I have no idea what's happening. Who is tangling my headphones? I want to know what's going on. It's like some sort of tiny nymphs are living in my denim crevices, my pockets, and they're just messing with me, and I'm sick of it. But I don't know what the deal is. And I don't know if that's just me, but it's literally every single time, no matter how well it's done, it will come up like I'm a Cub Scout. You know, like I attended Boy Scouts. I'm an Eagle Scout or whatever, and I've just learned every single knot and tried them all right there. Goodness. Okay. I'm back! I've returned from the depths of nowhere, of whatever you want to call it. Laziness? Perhaps. All right. You know, I technically missed an episode. Maybe, maybe not. It is 1:15 a.m. It's Monday. My goal, you know, I don't know if I said this in the podcast, but I mentioned it other places when posting about said podcast, that I wanted to do it on Wednesday. However, Wednesday does not always work. You know, there's complications. That's life. That is life. Each time I find myself. No. Yeah, so I wanted to do it on Wednesday. Let me just slow it down. I know it just came back out of nowhere and it's 1 a.m. Here we go. Yeah, so I wanted to do it on Wednesday, but it doesn't always work. So my whole goal was I'm going to make a podcast. I make an episode sometime during the week, no matter what. So we hit Thursday. I was like, oh, it's getting a little sketchy. We hit Friday. It's getting a little scary. You know, we hit Saturday. I'm starting to sweat a little bit. I'm putting on two-ply, another round of deodorant. It's getting pretty bad. Maybe a couple sweatbands. And the Sunday comes around, and I don't pull through. Well, technically it is Sunday, so it's Monday technically. Like I didn't get it up through the week, unless you consider Sunday the beginning of the week. But you know, God rested on the 7th day, so technically that is the end of the week. So technically I do have until Sunday to make an episode, and I haven't gone to sleep yet. So it's Sunday for me, Monday for you, but you know, that's you know, neither here nor there. Details, don't you say? But I would like to explain why I've been slacking, crack-a-lacking. So I think I've said this every single episode. I'm trying to eat healthy. I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule. I'm still in that zone. I fixed it for like a few days, and then something happens, and so anyways, I'm trying to eat healthy again. And I've noticed something, a very particular pattern. The first few days, and I assume it's the first few days because this should go away, that I am so addicted to having snacks and junk food and crap and whatever, that without it, it is a true, like, withdrawal. I'm so fatigued and tired, no matter how much sleep I get. It's like my body is, like, missing some sort of weird rush and excitement, some sort of weird chemical in the brain where it's like, you need this. And I could go, like, we have so much crap upstairs. I could go and pop open a bag of spicy chili Doritos and perk right up, okay? But I don't want to do that, because I'm trying to break this. I'm trying to break this habit, but it's really hard because I get to like midday. I'm like, I'm going to do the podcast, and all of a sudden I'm just out. Bam, just pooped out. I got nothing left. And I don't want, and I could force myself to do the podcast, kind of like I'm doing now. I'll explain how I got to this point now that I am doing it, even though with being tired. But I don't, like, when I get to that point, you don't want to just make some sort of crabby, half-done, little stereo show. I'm like, I want to bring my A game. I got to bring my A+, I'm trying to be the teacher's pet of podcasting. But, so that's where I've been at. That's where I've been struggling with. So I was about to fall asleep again. It was 1 a.m. and the Hercules song came into my head. And I will find my way. I will go the distance. And then I just start singing that. I start belting. All of a sudden, I roll out of bed, and next thing I know, I'm like performing a one-man theater show to nobody but the dirty laundry in the room. And then I'm like, oh, I'm here now. And maybe, I don't know, maybe Disney musicals are my secret to coming back and kind of light myself up. Maybe that's the something that needs to replace the absence of junk food until my body can be like, okay, we don't need it. We don't need it. So props to Hercules and Go the Distance. Great song. Also, all songs are great, but that's the one that did it for me today or tonight. One of the two, for sure. But hi, welcome back. This is episode 6 of Over the Fence. My name is Tristan Sartoris. I am who I am. I'm not perfect. We're going to keep on making podcasts. No matter what, that is my 100% goal, is that I need to make an episode per week, right? I could make one tomorrow. Again, it's Sunday for me. I could make one on Monday, just tomorrow, and that would be satisfied. But we'll see how that goes. We'll see. I'm not trying to procrastinate. I'm not trying to put it off. Like I would love it to be like in the middle of the week, like a nice little sandwich, slap between two weekends of, But, so anyways, a lot been going on, especially with the election. That was another reason I was looking at it. I was like, should I do that? Because I was going to talk about the election. And I was like, no one really cares about that. I was like, okay, maybe people do. But it was so like back and forth because it's not like an election night thing. You're like waiting back and forth. You're like, oh, wait, projected? Wait. And then it was just going back and forth like Trump, Biden. People were like, who's winning? Who's taking care of this? So many people were just waiting to celebrate. Biden ended up coming out on top in the end after what felt like 8 years with Nevada and such. Some people were really taking their time here. So yeah, that was the election. It wasn't too exciting. There's not really much I have to say on it, but congratulations to the president. There will always be respect. Always be respect to the president, no matter, and whether you like him or not or support him. I think it's important that people do kind of show respect and here's another thing. Again, I don't want to talk about politics too much because that's kind of I don't want to see lame, but there's other people that can do it a lot better than me, and I don't have the patience or the care for it enough. But I will say that both sides of stuff, everything's so extreme. Like people are always like complaining and throwing hate, and like if you vote for him, you're a piece of crap, and you vote for him, then you're a piece of crap. And like, I guess we're both pieces of crap, and that's really the truth because that's all politics is. It's just one big dirty game, and people really shouldn't be trying to play two sides of the fence. This is over the fence. We need to stand on the middle. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get. I know people have different opinions on certain stuff, but it doesn't have to be so sided. Why don't people just come together and be like, let's try to make the country better? I'm like, that's stupid. But that's my 2 cents. But again, there's better people that could speak on that. For me, I'm just a boy who's, my main goal, like what's going on in my life right now, while everyone's concerned about the country or whatever, you got bigger problems. I'm more concerned about how I'm not going to eat waffles in the morning. I got to figure out a way around that. And I don't know how to do that because I wake up and I'm hungry. But, anyways, that's what happened. It was a long race. It was like, it's like that sloth. I don't know if you've ever seen, what's that movie? Zootopia with the sloth. It's like the BMV. It's like the BMV was counting the ballots. So it really, really took a long time. But you know what? We're here now, and we're here. And maybe that was just another excuse for the reason I didn't do the podcast, but that's okay because I already said it. And now you believe it because I'm super convincing and persuasive, and I'm the one with the mic. But you're the one with the earphones, so maybe, it's a balance of power. What else is going on? Oh, it's November. It is November. No shave November. Yeah, we're in it. I failed. I shaved like November 1st. It's a great cross. It's a great cause for all the men's cancer and stuff and all that jazz, and it's a beautiful thing. But I do not have a mustache at the point, and I will explain why. I recently had a mustache for a while, but because I've been so into skateboarding, I've been hanging around parks and playgrounds and stuff because they've got good flat ground and you just go there in the off time. It did not feel right to be a grown man. I don't want to say lurking, but chilling on my skateboard around the playgrounds with a mustache. That's how you get locked up, right? That's how you get eyes on you. And I wasn't ready for that. I felt creeped out by myself because I was out there skating and these kids were walking by and everything, like families and people in strollers and stuff like that. And I'm sitting there, on my skateboard and I catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror and I'll do this double take and I'm just like, what? Like I scared myself a little bit, and that's not, my mustache was glorious, don't get me wrong, but there's something off-putting about seeing that guy at the playground. I didn't want to be that guy. And I didn't have to be that guy, so I made a change. And I don't think I can go do it again. Not right now. Maybe December, maybe when it's snowing so much that I can't go and skateboard, but if you're going to be lurking around the playgrounds, it's best to one, probably not do that if you have anywhere else to skate, and two, make sure you don't have any facial hair. But also that's sketchy too, because you're like, I want to look like a kid. Poof. You're like, I want to look over here. Like, if you're trying not to look like a creep, is that a creep's mentality? So I don't know. I don't know what the right way is, but I know that I didn't want to be that guy, and I don't want to look like that. So I had to get out of there as fast as possible. So anyways, props to everyone who is going through with that. It's a lot. It's really, it's tough. If you're not someone who does that regularly, like if you're someone who shaves often, it gets really itchy out of nowhere. But people like that, and it's good cause, it's good thing, it's good for people. Just a fun little thing everyone's always done. You can just you can go full beard if you want to, or just mustache. Ideally, you would go handlebar mustache and just rock Hulk Hogan all the way throughout, and then, intimidation, and you got that stuff. Because I think if you're menacing, like if you look angry, then I don't think you can be a creep, right? I don't think, I don't think the biker guy is going to be the weirdo in the group. But I could be wrong. There might be weirdo bikers. But I just think, if you see the guy, you're going to be scared of him, but not for the reason that you would be. You'd be like, oh, shoot, that's, that guy rides a motorcycle. But maybe that's just me. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do either until I figure more out about myself. Okay. But anyway, so if you're going to do that, try not to, again, don't want to use the word lurk, but it's just to peruse, to be around, to frequent playgrounds too often. I would try and find some nice flat ground near you, which I have not been afforded the luxury. Also, I don't, just to be clear, I don't go there while other people are there. People just happen to live in the area, then they walk by and walk through, okay? But it still feels weird, right? It feels like I shouldn't be here. But to each their own. If that is you, be safe. And if there are any police out there, check the parks, because there are weirdos and they are out there. And also, they might not have mustaches. Maybe the handlebar is the thing. Handlebar. I think the weirdest thing you could do is a soul patch. That's the weirdest kind of facial hair you can do. It's not the 90s. You gotta. I think if you have a soul patch, in 2020, you got a criminal background check coming. I feel like that's something that needs to be done. There's something weird about that guy. That guy there's something wrong. There's something just a little bit. It's just too much. It's just a little bit off. They in horror they say that the scariest thing is not what you think it would be. It's actually when something's just a little bit off-putting that makes you feel that is the scariest, the most horrifying. And that's what a soul patch is, truly. I wish I would have put that in the Halloween episode because that's the truth. And there's something wrong about that guy. If you're rocking a soul patch right now, just stop that. And I hope you're a good person. I pray to God that it's just because you have a bad sense of facial hair. You got a bad sense of style. But, be careful out there, everybody. Okay, if you see a guy with a handlebar mustache, he might be okay. I mean, I still wouldn't talk to him because he might beat you up. But if you see a guy with a soul patch, call the cops immediately, right now. You just sitting in the park, see kids in the playground. I'm serious. If you see anybody, just hello. Like, there's a guy with a soul patch. He's like, what? Cops! Boom! Everyone will run down because there's not a cop that wouldn't show up. We got a call down at the playground. What is it, Sergeant? There's a guy with a soul patch. Again? Yeah, it's one of those towns where there's just a guy just keep serial soul patch. His name's the serial soul snatcher. It's a serial killer. I'm sorry. It's late. I'm kind of all over the place. Anyways, welcome back to Over the Fence. Hope you guys are having a good time. I know it's late. I know the podcast is late, but I hope you're having a beautiful, blessed morning or day or whatever. Hope you're wearing something that makes you feel good, not a soul patch, preferably. And even if it makes you feel good, there's some things you just don't do. And wear something good. A good pair of pants, maybe a good pair of shoes. There's some times where if you're wearing the wrong thing, you just feel off. You know what I mean? Like you could just be wearing like a shirt you just know it's not flattering. It doesn't feel good. Or same with your pants or your shoes. I'm not saying be obsessed with your fashion or your style or whatever, but there's definitely been times where I've worn a shirt that I definitely wasn't happy with, and I catch myself in the car mirror or the car, like walking through the grocery parking lot and catch myself in a car, like a parking lot, like the window. And I'd just be like, I'm not happy with myself. And maybe that's a me thing. Maybe I need to update my clothing style. But it's really just a couple few shirts where it just accents my all the wrong places at the wrong time. So, but the good news is it is fall. It is fall, and and maybe I'll correct that with some junk food. Maybe I'll correct that with the fact that I can wear darker colors and heavier clothing to cover myself, hiding in plain sight, sucker. But I say that so much. I've noticed that in the podcast that for some reason, I mean, I know what the reason is. It's because it's like one big long filibuster. I'm just kind of rambling here and going off whatever I want to. And that's kind of like my little connector, like my little and yes, and what, and so. So I'll say something and I'll go, you know? Do you know? It doesn't matter what it is. I could be talking about anything, I could, Gah! It's frustrating because it doesn't affect me most of the time when I'm listening to myself talk, but when I'm actually playing the podcast out, I'm like, dude, just go through one sentence. Just go through one without saying it. I'm like, yeah, I could go through one sentence, And they're just like, dude, I totally missed the times when you didn't do that. Jeez. Okay. Anyways. What else happened? What was I going? I was talking about the clothing. Oh yeah, I guess in either case, whatever it is, just wear something that makes you happy. Because you could put something on, it can make you feel real good. It doesn't matter if it's dirty. Put it on. Smells bad. Who cares? Put it on. As long as you look good in that little side check. Boom. If you're walking through the parking lot and you give yourself a little side check, you go boom. You just throw a little wink at yourself, maybe a couple finger guns. That's how you know you're feeling it. Because you know what that's called? Confidence. That's what that's called. That's what finger guns embody. Finger guns and maybe you're not even confident, but throwing finger guns out at anybody literally inspires the feeling of confidence. Go through it. Where if you're out right now, you might be walking through the grocery store. You might be in anywhere. You might be at the BMV. Throw double finger guns at somebody. You don't have to wink. Throw finger guns at them, and that is a power play beyond anything you could ever imagine. Throw double finger guns. You will. You will feel so confident. And throw that in this little side check where something makes you feel good. Boom. Bam. Just feel good about it. Double finger guns are they're real helpful. I promise you. I promise you, try that. I've done it very rarely because most of the time I wear the clothing that does make me feel happy about myself. But when you don't, that's a little substitute for you. Okay, you accidentally put on the wrong jean shorts, a little bit of jorts, and you didn't mean to. And you're also wearing a denim jacket and flip flops and something else that doesn't. I can't even think of bad fashion because I'm not equipped to even talk about this. But I will say, no matter what you're wearing, something you don't like, throw finger guns. Bam. And it instantly makes that, it could turn a 4 into a 7.5, right? And I think all of us will be willing to, if you're walking out and be like, oh, dang, his attire and his style is a 7.5 on the Richter scale of freaking swag. So throw finger guns out. Throw finger guns, and let me do. I can't. I don't know what's happening. I can't talk, and that's what happens when I can't talk. I just start beatboxing. I'm on the radio. That was Beatboxing with Tristan Sartoris on KFM 105. We have the beats. That's what they put me on the radio because I could do that all day. You've seen some of those beatboxers. Those guys are crazy. You're like, how are you making those sounds? Some people, it's like that little kids machine where you spin in and it lands on an animal. It's like, that's what beatboxers are basically. They got all these weird, just obscure sounds like a zipper. Or I can't do it. That sounded like that sounded like a pit stop in a NASCAR. like we roll tires. That's my forte. But zippers, no, I can't do a zipper. Onomatopoeia. Yeah, but that's what beatboxers are crazy. They got good talent. And they got good stuff. I'm just all over the place. There's not going to be any segues, and that's okay, right? Because it's 1 a.m. and you understand that, and you're just along for the ride. And maybe you're laughing, maybe you're not. Maybe you just like the sweet sounds of my voice. Maybe you just like the sound of me beatbox and add a little flavor to your soul. Not your soul patch, but just your day or the bottom of your shoes. A+ joke. Heck yeah. What else is going on? The PS5 is about to be released. I don't know if anyone out there is fond of the gaming, but the PS5 is about to be released, and there's ads about it everywhere. The only problem with it is you can't buy it. It's not available. They sold out for pre-orders. It's like they stored something people love. Gold, I don't know. For me, it's probably junk food. Whatever you love, that's probably what they stored inside of the PS5 because people can't. They sell out online within like millions of units in under a minute. And I've tried. I've followed everything, every little notification, little sign-up sheet. That as soon as I get a notification, bam, let me go get it. I can't for the life of me. It's like, are these people lurking? What are they doing? Who are these people? Who are you? Soul Patch Man? Maybe the Soul Patch Man has power. I don't know. But he's stealing all the PS5s and I can't get one. It's about to come out. In 3 days, the PS5 returns. Well, not returns. It makes its first grand appearance and I want one. I want one bad. But I can't get one. And it's stupid that Sony keeps marketing this thing Like, you can see ads all the time everywhere. It's like, get powered by the players. PlayStation 5 coming out November 12th. All new. Get ready. Pre-order it. Click this link. Go to anywhere. Buy our system. Like, not only is that frustrating for me to see, but you're wasting your money. Okay? Like, why are you spending the money on these ads? That you don't need to do that. It's already one, everyone knows it's coming out for the most part. And two, you're sold out. Like, what are you doing? That's like someone selling. That's like an ad for water. Like, oh, dude, go get some water. It's gonna, like, we already know, and everyone's gonna go get water. That's like an ad for batteries. Batteries or cheese. If you don't advertise it, it's still, people are still gonna go get it. It's gonna be fine. Or something that doesn't even exist. You're advertising for I don't even know. Soul patches? Like, what? Goodness. So that's frustrating. I want one. Not a soul patch. Again, a PS5. Dang it. But it's a dream that I'm trying to chase. But maybe we'll get there. Maybe we won't. It is 1:40 a.m. Now before I close this thing, I've actually been talking pretty long. About whatever, who knows what, but I lined up a couple little news articles I saw because I thought that would be fun to talk about, because I didn't think I was going to be able to ramble about such things for so long, because I didn't really write stuff down, and maybe I did write stuff down, it's just late. Anyways, so if you want to, let's dive right into the news section. Boop, 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 boop. Hello, Tristan Sartoris on the scene, reporting local news that a firefighter was recently accused of stealing Pokemon cards from Walmart. This is true. Wow. So, I haven't read the article. I only read the thing. So, firefighter accused of stealing Pokemon cards from Walmart. You're a firefighter. Very brave. I don't know what the wages and the salary is for a firefighter, but I don't know why you would need Pokemon cards. Firefighters, they're good people. I think firefighters. They're willing to risk your lives. That's sad that he needs this. All right, this thing. Central firefighters' mission to catch them all. That is the Pokemon thing. They just threw that in there. Ended with him stealing $165 worth of Pokemon cards from Walmart. According to the police department, he was 30 years old, caught on surveillance video switching the barcodes on packs of gaming cards at Walmart around 6:30 p.m. Nice. He took the barcode stickers from the lower-priced Pokemon cards, and placed them on more valuable packs, then took them to the self-checkout. Wow. Holy crap. If anything, I was gonna think a policeman would have had the ins and outs. Dang, that's gotta be awkward, because the firefighters are kind of friends with the police. It's around then you get arrested for that. It's like, dude. But I would think the policeman would have a little bit more ins and outs, or anything, or maybe he worked firefighting just so he could try and get away with that. Maybe he's been getting away for Pokemon cards for how long? We don't even know. This might not have been the first time. So $165 worth of Pokemon cards. He took the little barcode and he put them on the expensive packs. And then he stole those. That's kind of impressive, honestly. Again, though, I would I don't know. I would work police. I would be a police officer if I was going to be someone trying to commit theft. Straight up, I would just be like, I would know the system, or I would work as the Walmart security guard or the surveillance video guy. That's the ultimate way to steal something. If you work through the guy, you are the guy, and you show up for work, you just delete this. No one needs to see a thing, and all of a sudden you get off free. I'm just a genius. I'm just a freaking genius. I'm just good at stealing. I'm just not willing to risk it, because I don't want to end up on a podcast like this getting thrown out. That's crazy. That's kind of hilarious, though, at the same time. Just Pokemon cards. said he wanted to flip it for extra cash. If you're gonna steal something, I don't know a lot about Pokemon cards, but I feel like there's way more valuable things at Walmart that you could get away with. Maybe that's just me, but like, steal anything. $165. It's not a ton, but flipping them, maybe it's like baseball cards. Again, I don't know so much. I know there's like some rare cards where people are like, oh, no way, I don't know any Pokemon, so I can't continue with the bit. Pikachu. But yeah, I would think if you were gonna do that, you would get something a little bit more valuable if you're trying to flip it for profit. If anything, I would go with sports cards. But again, maybe it's a high market item. Maybe that's something you only know when you work for in the fire department or the police department. You're like, oh yeah, these people are stealing these things all the time, flipping these for high market value. Like the movies where people, like, the cop gets arrested for like some like part of drugs and stuff like that. Like, he takes him off the evidence. Like, takes him out of evidence. He's able to sell them and stuff like that. Like, all that. I don't know if that's a real thing that happens, but like in the show, this guy's just stealing Pokemon cards. He steals Pokemon cards from evidence. He's got like drugs and everything, cocaine, anything he can just go and sell and flip for a profit. He's like, no, give me the Pokemon cards. Everyone choose a thing. Everyone choose a thing you want to steal and seek out of here. All right, dude, you got the cocaine. Yeah, I want all these rare, expensive, antique knives and stuff. I'll take the Pokemon cards. Finger guns, confidence, sell them, baby. That's so crazy. I didn't know they were that valuable. Maybe they are, but that'd be hilarious if that's like the guy. I mean, he did get arrested for it. But if that was the thing, like from the evidence locker that you're taking because you're trying to steal, again, I just think there's always going to be something more valuable than a Pokemon card. But either way, it's just a funny thing that's what you get caught stealing for. The headline is just firefighter steals Pokemon cards. I had another one real quick before we end this. Let's see what this is. Again, I didn't read any of these. I just, I say I had a couple, but they were literally just right at the top. Tristan Sartoris on the scene. Now, we've got a man accused of sinking car to commit insurance fraud. Deputies have recently found the car after 3 years. Okay. So, this guy, I mean, the title seems like to be pretty self-explanatory. According to deputies, in 2017, authorities responded to a stolen vehicle complaint. Sean Barnes, 28, told deputies that his Fiat 500 had been stolen from his driveway overnight. And they kept that. They kept that suspicious because whatever. It's the Fiat 500. It's just a small little car. Like someone stole my Fiat 500. Yeah, sure they did. This guy definitely committed insurance fraud, 100%. So when it's stated, so he said they stole it out of the driveway. Of course, they didn't believe him. So apparently he took a rock, put it on the accelerator, and threw that into a sand pit, and it sank to the bottom. And they found it 3 years later? Dang, they must have been suspicious for so long. Like at a certain point, like, okay, yeah, he was telling the truth. 3 years? Over 3 years you're searching for this guy because you knew that no one was going to steal this little tiny car. You can put that out for sale. So he was just trying to get his little insurance fraud, his little false insurance claim, and he went, and I want to see if he got the money though. I was telling the witness that he was purposely sinking his car so he could make a false insurance claim. Yes. Car was removed out of the water, and the steering wheel had been tied off to a fixture. This is another great example of how guardianship policing works to solve crimes. The witness gave vital information to the victim. We were able to look at the video. Wait, the witness gave information? Why did he do that? Did he miss his Fiat 500? Did they still not believe him? So maybe he didn't get his claims because no one was buying it. Officers, someone stole my Fiat 500. No, they didn't, pal. What? Now your car's at the bottom of this lake or sand pit or whatever. Shoot. Imagine like how much that would suck if you truly tried to commit insurance fraud on anything, literally anything, and they just don't believe you, or they got footage, and all of a sudden now you're just out. You're out. Now all of a sudden you have. I was trying to get a new Fiat 500. Now all of a sudden I have 0 Fiat 500s. That's so horrible. That's hilarious. It's hilarious. That's like the ultimate kick in the back of the head. Talk about your all-time backfires. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. Literally anything. Anyone doing anything, trying to commit whatever, get to do something. They're like, yeah, no, you didn't. What? What are you talking? I don't have it anymore. No, we got you. We saw it on tape. We know you didn't sell. We know no one stole your car. No one stole your bicycle, Jimmy. That's so funny. I love that. Someone stole my car. No, they didn't. Crap. Well, I'll tell you where it is. Maybe you can help me get it. It's at the bottom of the lake. Why is it the bottom of the lake? I died it. I put a rock on the pedal and I flew it. How did no one see it? How did he know after 3 years? And why did he wait 3 years? That's like an excessive amount of time to not have a Fiat 500. Yeah. Did he get a car? Did he have some sort of spare car? Was he still like in a legal battle for the insurance claim? And they're like, no. That's so funny. But 3 years? Like, move on, dude. Or at least commit, like, and admit to it way earlier, unless there's like a statute of limitations on driving your Fiat 500 into a pit of doom. Oh, that's so funny. That's hilarious. Yeah, funny stuff. I'm gonna be one of those people that just, when I can't laugh, I'm just gonna yell, "That's funny." Or you know when you tell a joke and someone they don't laugh, but they say, "Dude, that's funny, man. That's funny. You're funny." It's like, but why didn't you laugh though? Why you can't just say that? I'm one of those people because sometimes I'm like an inside laugher, and I have to do that, and I try to explain that to people. But I want to be those people who just yells like at a comedy club or whatever it might be. Someone's telling a joke, I'm like, "Yeah, that's hilarious." I just don't laugh at all. Those people are funny though. I don't do it often. A lot of time I can't laugh, but sometimes it is an inside laughter moment, and I have to. And those most people though, when they actually do that, they don't find it funny. It seems like, and you imagine like telling like a really good solid joke, and someone's just like, "That's funny, man." You're like, "Dude, thanks, Dad, thanks." Woo! Anyways, everything's hilarious tonight at 2 a.m. on Over the Fence. Thanks so much for listening. This has been a great kind of episode. Whatever's been happening, not completely sure. I'm kind of out of the loop. I'm really going to try not to eat food. I'm going to update you on the next episode. So, little recap. Soul patches are bad. I'm a great beatboxer. Fiat 500. Still steal Pokemon cards. Don't lurk in the playgrounds. I don't know. I don't. What's a pasta? He's Italian. So have a great night or morning, whatever time you're listening to this, and make sure you throw double finger guns everywhere you go, and never have a soul patch, because confidence is fun if you got finger guns. Unless you're one of those people that don't like to have confidence. I don't know if there's an anti-confidence. Too many deep thoughts. It's too late. Have a good one. I love you. Thanks for listening. I'm out. Peace.